hand versus chainsaw. It looks painful.
Our hospitals are taking care of more patients than ever.
You're right.
With medical teams under constant pressure.
Can Dr. Pixie come to resource, please?
Somebody as poorly as this little one, we really need to treat them quickly.
To meet our expectations.
I'm just worried about what it's going to be like afterwards.
But there's a crucial member of the team we sometimes forget.
I've never ever been on a bed like this.
The hospital bed.
Another ward, another storage, another bed.
In our lifetime, we are likely to need one of them at least 3 times.
I've probably spent a quarter of my life on a hospital bed.
In this series, our cameras have been given unprecedented access to beds in 4 very different hospitals across the country.
It's life and death and everything that goes in between.
We'll see the world through the bed's eyes.
Hello, my love. Hiya.
As they share the most challenging.
I don't know what to do. I don't know.
Most intimate.
Okay.
Yeah. And most rewarding.
Happy birthday. In hospital, wonderful.
Moments of our lives.
Thank you for being here.
Have you been anywhere else?
And a hospital cannot function without beds. Beds are vital.
This is The Secret Life of the Hospital Bed. Newcastle has a population of over 280,000 people. For urgent treatment, they come here to the Royal Victoria Infirmary. The hospital is rated amongst the top 5 in the country.
All these people are still in the main waiting room waiting to be seen.
Like most A&E departments, the RVI has a special area for critical patients called Resus.
Right, what I need to do, my love, is listen to your lungs and your heart and all that, okay?
Resus beds are real workhorses.
Bang a tube and get some bloods off her.
Running around the clock and rarely getting a break. This is Resus bed 2, standing by for its next emergency.
Emergency department, RVI. 10 minutes, lovely. Thanks a lot. Bye.
2-year-old Nicholas has been rushed in by ambulance with his mum Claire because he's struggling to breathe.
Do you want to come and sit on the bed with the little one? And who's this? Nicholas, come on then. My name's Laura, one of the doctors.
Bed 2 has seen its fair share of respiratory problems. It's the 5th most common cause of death in children.
Mum said he did have a temperature last night. Temps on
Yeah, he's very flushed, isn't he?
Yeah.
She's coming in acutely short of breath with a very high respiratory rate, so they're breathing very fast.
Dr. Atwood is the consultant in charge today.
So has he been in with a similar kind of episode before then?
Yeah, back in March he had him.
That was after the adenoids were taken out, was it? Okay.
Staff are hoping that salbutamol, a medication to treat asthma, might help stabilise Nicholas. They're also monitoring oxygen levels in his blood.
He's 2 and he's saying, "Mummy, help." It's horrible. It is absolutely horrible.
Are you okay, Mum? So I think we'll just give him a few more of the nebulizers back to back. We'll let that settle. He's just really, really tight in his chest, so we can't hear much. So we're going to give him a little bit of steroids to help dampen all the tightness down and help with the wheeze as well. And he's had a little bit of Calpol, as you know. Is that all right? You happy with that?
Student nurse Kirk has mainly dealt with adults in her career so far.
It's just normally like they fill the bed and he doesn't even feel like his mum's like holding him on the bed because he's so tiny. We're like adult nurses, because we're not used to it, it's like scary because they're just so little.
It's absolutely awful. You know, you're the protector at the end of the day. I'm a single mom. I am his only sole protector.
Nicholas has been on Resus bed 2 now for 50 minutes. Staff preparing for a drip in case his condition gets worse. He will be kept under observation. The next 20 minutes are critical. In Birmingham, the Queen Elizabeth Hospital's day surgery is the largest in Europe, dealing with up to 100 patients every day. The beds here work a different shift to most in the NHS. They get to rest overnight, but between the hours of 8 AM and 8 PM, they're hard at work with scheduled procedures. This is bed 52. Its next patient is coming in for a hernia operation. 63-year-old security guard Eddie has brought girlfriend of 11 months Shirley for support.
I know. This has been going on for ages now, and he's grinned and bared it, as they say. I kept moaning at him about, we've got to go and get it sorted. And here we are. It's going to be sorted. It's only a minor operation. One big snip and you're in and you're out.
A what?
A snip and you're out.
A snip and you're out.
We do laugh an awful lot. I've never known anything like it, and he giggles all the time. He's a real giggler. We keep saying to each other, we've really only been together 11 months. It is a good job, darling. You met me. What would you do now?
I don't know. I'd probably just be plodding along as it is, you know.
You're happy, Bunny?
I'm very happy.
Are you?
I'm very happy with you, darling. Yeah. Always.
We're like a pair of old shoes. We've got lots to look forward to, so we've got to get him mended now, so that we can actually do things together. Do you think I can ask him to take some of these off while you're at it? Take just a bit of skin off there.
Leave them alone.
You sure?
They're staying on. You can have the inside, but you can't have the outside.
For most operations, patients need to wear special socks to protect against blood clots forming in their legs.
You go. Go pop these on to cover your lovely tattoos.
He's got fat legs. Hey. Can you do it yourself? At least they're not the horrible white ones they used to use.
Here.
Can you pull them up? Blimey. They really are tight.
Where have we got to get to? I feel like Nora Batty.
Yeah, get that quite a lot.
Bed 52 has now seen it all. Eddie, or is it Nora Batty, is ready for his operation. His bed's next job is to carry him more than 250 metres to theatre.
I think the operation will be fine. I'm just worried about what it's going to be like afterwards and how he's going to deal with it. You've really got to take it easy, OK? No buts. You've got to do it. No buts. You've got to remember, he's 63, and the surgeon said if he was 85, he wouldn't even do it.
So bed 52 is on the move to the operating theatre.
Say goodbye.
But first, a quick kiss.
Bye, sweetie.
See you.
Or two.
See you soon, OK?
See you in a bit.
All right.
All right.
Yeah. Come on, chin up. All right. Bye.
In Newcastle's A&E, the waiting room is filling up fast. Here, seriously ill patients take priority. A&E bed 9 is about to meet one patient who fears she's had a stroke.
Thank you.
Do you think you'd be able to pop up with a trolley if we give you a hand?
Yeah, we could help.
73-year-old Sandra has been rushed in by ambulance after her speech became slurred. She's with her daughter, Alexis.
There we are, well done.
Oh, Alexis, you have a brilliant place.
It's down to junior Dr. Richardson, who's been at the RVI for just 2 months, to try and diagnose Sandra.
When we examine the patient, we look for speech problems and, you know, loss of sensation, things like that. She does have a little bit of slurring of her speech. This is quite a deterioration off a normal baseline. At the moment, she's just not particularly safe. I'll just come and run those blood tests and then we'll take things from there.
Oh, great. Thank you very much.
No problem at all.
And I just feel so useless now.
I know. It's okay. It's okay. Honey.
Strokes are the third most common cause of premature death in the UK. They occur when the blood supply to part of the brain is cut off. Dr. Richardson sends Sandra for a scan of her brain.
I've just come to tell you, I think we're going to get the scan of your head and then they're going to come and see you after that.
Yeah.
And we need to make sure whether they've had a stroke, which is a blood clot, or whether there's a bleed on the brain. If there's a bleed on the brain, there's a lot less we can do than if there's a clot.
I'm right behind you, Mum. I'm just kind of worried about what they're going to find, or if something is really wrong.
Ready, steady.
Oh, that's good.
There you go.
Diagnosis is tricky due to Sandra having a serious existing condition, Parkinson's disease, which affects her mobility.
Suddenly you're the one looking after the mum. It's quite scary as a child. Well, I know I'm not a child, but you still feel like a child with your mum, you know.
I'll hold that. You just get the straw.
I don't know, it's quite scary. It's a real reality check today.
That's good.
Yeah.
Sandra and daughter Alexis must now wait patiently with Bed 9 for the results of blood tests and her brain scan. As UK birth rates reach an all-time high, we join Bed 7 on one of the NHS's largest maternity units in Romford, Essex.
Next patient coming.
Okay.
Make sure that you have, room prepared, and she's in triage. She's for ARN.
Queen's Hospital is just 15 miles from London. Its 25 labour beds offer round-the-clock care, meeting about 2 women each day.
Go on, push again. Yeah.
Today, midwife Pariva will be part of the team looking after the next expectant mother.
It can be really quick. Sometimes within 20 minutes, half an hour. Yeah, every person is different.
32-year-old Mevish has joined maternity bed 7 to give birth to her second child. She had a long labour with her first and is hoping this time it won't be so drawn out.
Finally, I got a very nice and comfortable bed.
The couple were introduced to each other by family members.
It's kind of arranged marriage. It's not a love story, actually. Yeah, my family doesn't believe it, but yeah, that's true. We started seeing each other in February or March somewhere. And in June and July, we decided, look, we can't go without marrying. So, that's why we decided to go. I think it was just halfway last, I think just 4 months, so that's it.
That was over 3 years ago. The couple have since had a son.
We've been through this 3.5 years ago.
What do you already have?
A boy. He is excited. He asked her, you want a baby boy or baby sister?
Oh.
And he said...
And he always said sister.
Oh, he's always wanted a sister.
Yeah.
Because he always...
play with the ladies, not
it's not just fingers.
He's going to be a gentleman.
There were complications with their son's birth, which led to a difficult delivery. Mevish and Mohammed are anxious that the same could happen again.
There's a very normal concern that what happened before will happen again, and we can never say it won't happen either, so we can't say to him, right, that won't happen.
The Royal Victoria Hospital in Newcastle. Back with Rhesus Bed 2, toddler Nicholas is still battling for breath. He was rushed into A&E by his mum Claire, and is still being treated with an inhaler to deal with asthma attacks.
Somebody as poorly as this little one, we really need to treat them quickly. Yeah. That's why we're in resus. Yeah.
Nurse Emerson has 22 years of medical experience.
So he's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lots of medication, and that's got on top of his problem a little bit. But he's still a poorly man. Just put wafting around. Right. He would probably get more of respiratory problems than anything else, really. More so as well in the winter, and the weather's just changing now, so we'll see a lot more.
Oh, hurts.
I'm keeping a record of his observations, just so we can look back and see. He has improved a little. We can see by that, and it's much easier if you do them regularly, so you can see what's going on.
Nicholas has now been in resus bed 2 for close to 3 hours.
But now he's getting his voice back a little bit. This is a good sign, I think. This is a good sign.
He's starting to show some signs of improvement.
No? Okay.
Yes. Oh, that's good.
Oh, you want your juice. Oh, yeah. It's like, oh, water.
Shall I take him in the back and try and have a listen? Do you want to lean him forward for me?
Dr. Astle is a specialist from the children's unit. She's back to check on Nicholas's progress.
I think he's a bit better. I'm not going to rush to give him that medicine through the drip. I think he's just turning a corner with all that salbutamol. We'll pop him into the monitoring bay around the corner where I can dip in and out a lot easier. He's a bit better.
Yeah.
Right.
I think the fact that he's just talking.
Bit crosser, yeah. He's woken up a bit, hasn't he?
Where are we going?
Nicholas and bed 2 are moved around the corner to the children's observation unit.
Wellies, we'll get your wellies.
He's perked up, and the one thing he wants is his wellies.
Come on.
Well, they think that he's probably had some sort of asthma attack, probably triggered by a viral infection.
Doctors want to keep Nicholas overnight to make sure he's fully recovered.
You're happy now?
Yes. Mama. Papa. Papa. Yes.
Birmingham's Queen Elizabeth Hospital. Back in day surgery, Eddie has left bed 52 for the operating table to have his hernia sorted. It's an operation that new girlfriend Shirley hopes will take their relationship to another level.
There's lots of places I want to take him. He's never seen anything in this country. He never had a passport. I had to go and get a passport. I'm really looking forward to him being in good health again now. Let me watch.
Bed 52 is back.
Hello, darling.
There we go. Safe and sound. Bye-bye.
Hello, darling.
Ah, babe.
How'd you feel?
All good in the hood.
How'd you feel?
Aches a bit, but it's good at first, isn't it? Thank you for being here.
Have you been anywhere else? I know.
Yeah.
And then as we go, okay, pull yourself up.
That's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Eddie really wants to leave bed 52, But before he can, he's got to eat, drink and go to the toilet so doctors can be sure his body is working again properly.
I don't like hospitals. I don't like being in hospitals. The sooner I can get away, I'll feel a lot better then.
It's so dry. Just drink.
It's dry.
I just hope he can actually walk out of here, because that's what he wants to do. He wants to go home tonight. He's so intent on going home tonight. Just need to eat and go to the toilet.
But Eddie's struggling. 2 hours since his surgery, and he still hasn't managed to pass urine.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we just need to tick that box. That's a kind of
Yeah.
okay.
If Eddie doesn't manage to go soon, he'll be moved from bed 52 to a bed on the ward, where he'll have to spend the night.
And I tried to say to him before we came in, don't get too upset if you have to stay in. I said, I'll come and get him in the morning. But he's got this thing about hospitals and he don't want to stay in.
Although Eddie is getting himself dressed, he still hasn't managed to go to the toilet.
I've got the urge to go to the loo. No.
I'll just force myself to go.
This closes at 8 o'clock. I have to find you a bed in a ward somewhere. You've got to try. Do you want any more to drink?
With 3 hours of drinking water behind him, Eddie makes a tentative move to the loo.
Do you want me to get out of the way? Hello. Which way's he got to go, Andy? Which way's he got to go? Down there. Go on then, off you go. Where'd you go? You've been? Did it?
Success at last. Bed 52 can finally move on, and Eddie and Shirley can head home to start making plans for the future.
Thanks very much.
Got your parole?
Thank you.
Got your parole.
Great
Thank you very
stuff.
much. Thank you.
At Newcastle's Royal Victoria Infirmary, A&E Bed 9 has been with Sandra for over an hour. She fears she may have had a stroke after her speech became slurred and has undergone a series of tests.
You want that?
This isn't place.
No, this is A&E, darling.
Sandra is already having to cope with Parkinson's disease, a progressive condition affecting her nervous system.
So Sandra, my name's Harry. I'm one of the stroke specialist nurses, okay? So I'm just going to ask you some questions and ask you to do some things, okay? So just stay with us, like that.
While Sandra waits on A&E Bed 9 for the results of a brain scan, specialist nurse Curry carries out some physical tests.
Hands, okay? And what I want you to do now, if I stand down here, is just keep looking at my nose, okay? And just follow the pen with your eyes, but keep your head still. Just keep looking at me, sweetheart.
Oh yeah.
And try, I know it's hard to do. Excellent, well done, okay. What I want you to do is grab hold of my hands and squeeze both my hands as tight as you can. As hard as you can, you won't hurt us, you're fine. And pull us towards you. And push us away. Okay. Does that feel normal for you? Yes. The strength in your arms there, does that feel
Yes.
normal? Okay, you're nice and warm. What I want you to do is keep looking at my nose, okay? And tell me what's moving, okay? So what's moving now? Can you see anything moving?
Your fingers.
How many fingers are moving? Can you see?
2.
2. Now?
Sandra's decreased mobility has been putting a strain on the family. Her time on A&E Bed 9 is proving cathartic.
My dad, I think, is really frustrating for you because at first he kind of wanted to take charge and like, we can get through this, I can manage this, we can do this, keep going Sandra, keep going, stand up straight, do this, do that. And my mum couldn't do that and he's had to realise, okay, I'm going to have to take a step back and actually support her. And now my dad's doing things like the dishes and things like that, which is amazing because my dad No idea, couldn't boil an egg, and I'm not kidding. There was one time we made some toast. Next thing I know, the grill's smoking like mad. I'm like, what have you done? He's like, well, I put butter on. And I'm like, but you don't put the butter on the bread and then put it under the grill, Dad. Oh, right, I see, you know. And I mean, it's frightening me a level, because the idea of my mum not being there terrifies my dad. Because they've been in love, and I mean really in love. They've never argued when we were kids. It's okay, Mum. It's okay. I know. Some days she can be really good, and then other days it's down. So we just keep assuming that she's going to get better. You know, that there's light at the end of the tunnel. We just keep assuming that, you know, one day you're going to wake up and everything's going to go back to normal. And you've got to have that level of hope. You know, it's just difficult being confronted.
The funny thing is, Emma said the same thing. We will get you back.
Yeah.
It'll just take a long time.
Yeah.
But then, I don't know how much this low blood
pressure
is affecting things. And I'm so weak.
Yeah. Just shut your eyes for a bit.
She needs to be seen by the ED doctor.
Sandra's CT scan has come back all clear, and specialist nurse Curry is happy Sandra's passed the key cognitive tests.
I couldn't find anything kind of out of the norm. My daughter states that this is our baseline.
All right, okay, that's fine.
They've both said that her mouth is okay as well. Her mouth looks absolutely fine to me.
Okay.
But obviously if she deteriorates more, just give her another ring, we'll come down and reassess.
Yeah, that's
is
fine.
that okay?
Yeah, that's great. Thank
Cheers,
you very
thanks.
much. Cheers.
But Dr. Richardson is still concerned.
Sandra had a few issues going on. Her blood test came out normal, CT and everything was okay, and the stroke team were quite happy from that point of view. And she's just not having a stroke, or had a stroke. But obviously it's just something we would like to put to bed quite early, make sure that we're not missing something on that front.
Dr. Richardson believes her slurred speech may be a worsening of her Parkinson's disease. But bed 9 is needed for another patient.
At the moment, she's just not particularly safe and doesn't feel safe in sending her home. So we've got her through to the assessment suite where they can take a bit more time, and then we can get on with seeing other patients who we may be able to turn around or we may need to admit.
Right.
It's a little hop down, okay?
Sandra parts company with A&E bed 9 as she's moved to a more comfortable one on a ward, where she'll stay until her condition stabilises. Bed 9, meanwhile, is prepped for its next patient. At the Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Birmingham, bed 40 in day surgery has been part of the team for the last 3 years.
We always go to make the trolleys as a bed. Always.
Unlike the fast turnaround beds of A&E, this bed is by your side all day.
Next.
It's waiting to meet patient Thomas, who has very high expectations.
Yeah, of course. Is it a double bed or...?
Thomas's lip and gums failed to develop properly in the womb, so he's been in and out of hospital since birth. Today, he's come for a final attempt to reconstruct his palate. His girlfriend Sophie and her dad are here for support.
So we're just going to bed 40, which is just here.
Oh, when I was born, it was quite horrific, the cleft lip and palate was. So I think I was about 6 months old when I had my first operation. I'm now 25, so it's a long process, isn't it? Do you want me to take my shoes off? Yeah, of course. I just don't want to get the bed dirty.
It's like if you go out for a meal, because it's artificial teeth, you can't eat properly with them in, so you have to like take them out. It's just constantly, if you want to brush, brush them, you have to take them out, brush his teeth, and because it's supposed to have all been done by the age of 18, so, but now obviously he's 25, so I think he's fed up of it now.
Is this the 4th time we've had this one done? Basically it's just failed, so I've got to come and get it done again. But I've had maybe 10 to 15 operations previous to this. which have all gone well. It's just this one that's holding it back.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm alright, how are you?
Yeah.
Surgeon Mr. Sharp, who is a cleft palate specialist, will be carrying out the tricky procedure.
Special effects. So, risks. Infection is the big one. We'll give you antibiotics in theatre and afterwards, and it's important to keep your mouth clean. Basically today is about a final attempt to get enough bone to give him the implants that he wants to replace his missing teeth. And if that doesn't work, then there are other options, but I think for a man of his age, this is the better option if we can to put implants in and fix his teeth to him rather than having a plate or anything else. So if you want to put your gown on,
yeah,
we'll get you up there.
Brilliant. All right, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thomas is almost ready for the operation, but bed 40 is about to learn something else about this patient.
He just doesn't like when he's being put to sleep, and that's it. I think he doesn't mind the actual operation, it's just the putting sleep there. Because he watches this film called Awake, and then it's where this man has been put to sleep but he's still awake, so yeah. That's his worrying bit.
You alright?
How are you?
Yeah, good, are you?
I'm one of the anaesthetists.
Yep.
I've looked at your previous anaesthetic charts. There doesn't seem to have been any problem with any anaesthetics that you've had before.
No, seems fine.
No, fantastic. Good.
So you're the one who puts me asleep, are you?
Yeah, there's two of us today.
Yeah,
so
just make sure you put plenty in there. Because I always say that to whoever, because don't leave me half soaked. Just put plenty in, and then I'll be fine. Have you watched that film called Awake?
No.
Have you ever watched it?
No. Do you like
Oh,
it?
I hate that film, I do. Yeah, go back home and watch it. So it's brilliant. So
Any questions that you want to ask me about your anaesthetic?
no, just make sure I'm asleep. Keep an eye on me.
No
So
problem.
because that's me work. I don't mind the operation. It's the whole sleeping process what does me in. So yeah.
Good.
So,
All right. We'll see
thank
you
you.
shortly then,
Yep.
okay?
See you later. Right? Yeah.
The one thing Thomas can rely on throughout his procedure is day surgery bed 40. It will be with him from the ward, into surgery, and then back into recovery.
Go to theatre now.
Wait, here we go.
Just check your wristband again, please.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Give us a kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah? Right, love you.
Love you.
Alright then, Mick. Yeah, look after yourself. God, I hate this bit. I hate it.
So have you been with us before then?
Yeah, quite a few times to be fair. Yeah. I just hate the whole putting the sleep process either.
Yeah, it's
daunting,
isn't it?
Yeah. I don't mind the operations, it's just, you know when they say, oh, you're going to go to sleep sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's a bit weird, isn't it? Right, you get mentally prepared for this. Huh?
Yeah, we'll look after you, don't worry.
Yeah.
Back in Romford, maternity bed 7 has been with Medvish for almost an hour. She and her husband Mohammed are anxious about the birth.
With their first son, which was 3 years ago, they'd had a shoulder dystocia, which is where the baby's head is born, but the shoulder will get stuck. So it can be quite stressful. It's an emergency.
Medvish's labour is proving uncomfortable, increasing the couple's anxiety.
Is it still hurting? Getting it?
The options that we have for pain relief are this, and if you think this is not good enough, then there's Pethidine, that's an injection into your thigh. If you don't want that one, you can still go for epidurals. But with the epidural, it's going to be a little while, it's not like it's going to be straight away.
When we had our first baby, she had an epidural. So probably she didn't feel the pains that time. So probably I should say that it's going to be her first time.
Do you have any pressure down below?
You have any pressure?
You're getting pressure. Loads of it. I'm thinking, a bit tricky. She really wants a pain relief, and she's feeling pressure. So most likely she's likely going to deliver.
It's up in there. Have it.
Especially when it's not first baby, it can be really quick.
Well done. My God. No.
My back is killing
position.
Okay. That's it. Don't panic.
It's all right. Just breathe, okay?
Yeah, if you start to breathe.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Just have to, you just have to breathe, and it will be fine.
Mevish has been in labour for just under 2 hours when suddenly there's a complication.
Change your position. Right. Roll a little bit onto your left side, please. Yeah? Baby's heart rate's dropped down ever so slightly. So just roll onto your side. Let go of this hand completely,
Leave this one.
my darling. Just go a little bit over. That's a go. It's all right. Don't panic. Don't panic.
It's all right.
Go with it. All right.
The medical team are watching the baby's heartbeat closely. Any change can indicate the baby is distressed. If it doesn't stabilise soon, they may have to intervene. Back at Birmingham's Queen Elizabeth Hospital, day surgery bed 40 has not left the side of anxious Thomas. He's having an intricate bone graft operation to rebuild his palate following several failed attempts.
You're right. You're right.
But it's not the 2-hour procedure that's worrying him. It's his fear that the anaesthetic won't knock him out.
So you guys in there all the time, are you?
Yes, so we're with you all the time. So
What do
we're
you
in
do?
here, in the theatre, and then in recovery room.
Yeah, just monitor everything and make sure.
Yeah, keep a good close eye on you.
Good. It's just a whole thing going to sleep.
Yeah.
Well, you're out of control, aren't you, completely? It's not good. No. So can you just keep an eye on it, make sure it doesn't
So what we're going to do is give you a little bit of option to breathe, okay?
Nice,
Just
easy
a few big
breaths.
breaths.
Just relax your breathing. Just breathe normally. Okay?
I'll try and be nice for you.
Surgeon Mr. Sharp has carried out over 1,000 cleft palate operations in his 12-year surgical career. In previous attempts, Thomas's body has rejected artificial implants and an implant using bone from his hip. While the bed stays with Thomas throughout the operation, girlfriend Sophie is left waiting in the empty bay.
I think it's nerve-wracking actually, because I always think there's like so many percentage. I don't know what the percentage is, but it could always go wrong, couldn't it? And I know it's really like a dull moment, but yeah, I think it could always go wrong. You never know, do you?
Tom? Tom? Come on, Tom.
He's just saying how comfy this bed is.
It is, it's very comfortable. Come on, Tom. Tom?
I can't relax until he's back and he's awake, and I know he's all right. Yeah.
Take a big deep breath for me. Well done. There we go. Open. Well done. Hello.
I just want to see him now, that's it. I just want to see, because I think he'll be in a bit of a mess, really.
It went well. I think I'm going to be cautious here because I bone grafted Tom before and thought that it went well and found out that I was wrong. So I can't guarantee it, and he knows that. But I'm pretty confident that we'll be able to finish this now and get him some teeth that are fixed, and that will be the end.
Back on the ward, and Thomas has rallied.
I feel really good. I feel really good. I do, honestly. I feel really good. So, I think the best I've ever felt after an operation. So, if someone said to me, go do something, I could easily go do it. Yeah, perfect. So, you got your spot on, haven't you? Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah.
It'll be 6 months before Thomas finds out if his good feeling about his operation does mean his palate is finally fixed. At Queen's Hospital Romford, the maternity beds are with women throughout their labour, whether it lasts an hour or over a day. Bed 7 has now been with mum-to-be Mevish for 2 hours.
shivering.
Sorry?
I'm shivering.
You're shivering? That's okay. Nothing wrong, okay? It's been great.
Oh, can I have a kiss in there, please?
There were concerns the baby might be in distress, but the baby's heart rate is now stable, and Mevish is in the final stages of labour.
I tried.
What are you feeling with the contractions now? You're feeling pressure? Are you feeling like pushing? Oh, good. Okay, very good sign. Okay, well done. It's all right. I don't think we'll need that pethidine.
Midwife Pariva recognises the signs.
We've got baby on the way?
Yes.
We'll be having baby soon.
All right. Good girl. It's all right. Is another one coming? Okay, go with it. Coming thick and strong now. She'll be here soon. It's all right. You go with it now. Listen to me. When you feel that contraction, go with it. Okay? Do what your body's telling you to do.
All right.
Good girl. Bringing your baby a little bit closer every single time. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. That's it. That's it. Fabulous. Well done. Come on, baby.
And soon, Mevish gives birth to a healthy baby girl.
Hello. Happy birthday to you. Hello, Mummy. You're amazing.
Oh, my baby.
Look at that hair. Beautiful.
Oh, well, we were so scared actually, etc. Shoulder dystocia, etc. Oh my God.
Very happy.
Much.
I'm so glad today. And I don't believe it that
Yeah, he's
it happened so quick.
It's a textbook delivery.
Great joy and a new life. It's job done for bed 7 and on to the next. Our hospital beds have given us intimate access to the work of the NHS. Following her admission onto bed 9 in A&E, Sandra is now at home and feeling a lot better. Edward and Shirley are planning a trip to Ireland for their first anniversary, following his successful hernia op. Thomas is recovering well and remains optimistic. And after his short spell on Resus bed 2, Nicholas's breathing is stable. The beds are now back on their wards, ready and waiting for their next round of patients.